Before you discovered Peter Obi, I was already running for president. And now because I look small, Peter Obi, I said, now packaging. Nobody knows Sabi to package things. You feel pack your load now. Say, my next vacation, Anambra, I won't go spend them. If I join Peter Obi, I will be going against what I have always stood for, which is that I would never support a Nigerian leader who has been president, governor, chairman, local government councillor before, who I consider non-performing. It's the same reason I would never have joined hands with Atiku. And the Peter Obi you are talking about was vice president to Atiku when I was a presidential candidate in 2019.
Yes.
So what are we talking about? Peter Obi on. There's no lesser evil in my books. If you are evil, you are evil. If you are good, you are good. But I am not interfering with people who have emotional attachments. So I have a general disdain for non-performance.
But what did he do that you can say, now this thing where Peter Obi did do? Because you mentioned that you said he's been packaged. So are you telling us that all those things
he saved money when he was leaving the office? There was money.
So where the money was saved? Which bank in there?
He said he was in the
bank.
He said he was in the bank.
Fidelity Bank.
So you they accept if another person tell you that kind of story, say he said he's in the
So
bank.
are you saying he's lying?
The person will take over from Obiano, talks in a lie, the video day. Say they don't save any money. In fact, say them owe money. That the money that they claim to save, they don't already owe them to contract.
Barrister.
Yes.
Omoyele is someone, like I said, you and I have our criticism against him, and we see him as someone that is never, he doesn't have that aura of leadership in his political leadership. I don't see him as someone that can ever rule Nigeria because he just, the aura he has around him is the aura of activism. That's the way I still see him, and that's the way he is. When I watch this clip, again, like I said, as someone, I like his fighting spirit. I've used his fighting spirit to actually encourage Peter Obi to do the same thing. That I've always wished I've always wished that Peter Obi had his fighting spirit prior to 2023 election. That if he had the Omoyele fighting spirit, we couldn't have had Tinubu. Now, when I watched this clip, I just saw a man. I just saw a man that is so envious and jealous of another man. He probably unconsciously exuded that because it was clear that that Omoyele has been envious of Peter Obi. There's no doubt about that, and all his criticism has no basis. He criticized that Peter Obi is as corrupt as other governors. You and I agree factually that Peter Obi is the best governor Nigeria has ever had. The best performing governor Nigeria has ever had. There is no governor. You and I agree that there is no governor, not even close to what.
Not even close, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, this is a man. This man has he keeps talking about Peter Obi as. Now, Peter Obi, again, let me remind viewers that the Peter Obi that Omoyele is criticizing has decided to put in the same group, categorize under the same group of corrupt politicians. It's the same Peter Obi that is the only governor, either sitting or past governor that EFCC never there is not under EFCC either active or dormant investigation. EFCC never investigated him, never called him, never arrested him. Not just Peter Obi, but all the people under Peter Obi's government, his commissioners. Unlike every other states, Peter Obi, other state you see, either governor is under investigation or some of his commissioners. In Peter Obi's case, Peter Obi was not corrupt, and all his subordinates, his cabinet, were not corrupt. Because of course, if you are not corrupt, why would people under you be corrupt? That is the evidence is Peter Obi was never under either active or non-active EFCC investigation. Neither was the people under him. How possible can you find someone in the Nigerian, as dirty as Nigerian politics is, as dirty as corrupt Nigerian politicians are, find someone like Peter Obi in existence. Yet you hear Anomoyele, Sowore criticizing Peter Obi, categorizing him under the same other corrupt officials. Barrister, obviously, this is envy. This man is just envious of Peter Obi and his success.
You can put envy aside. We have talked about Sowore on your listing. And I said one thing I have against him is I have never, and I will never support people who believe only in themselves. These activists, I'm not against activism. I'm not against criticism. But we have seen from history that some of these activists, they believe in nobody apart from themselves. It's only them that can perform. Any other person cannot perform. I cannot follow such a person. Omolowe, I told you before when we spoke about him that Omolowe is such a person who, unless he is the head of state or governor, he can never accept that a governor has performed. He has never accepted that the governor is clean. He can never accept that any other person is clean apart from himself. Such people even end up performing most woefully whenever power is given to them. And that is why we support them and why we activate with them, why we criticize with them. We can never project them into leadership because they do not have the leadership qualities that can carry the fight forward. We can join him to criticize, to do the activism. But if it comes to nominating within the activists, within the body of opposition or those doing a particular revolution, that kind of person is the least qualified to be the leader of that revolution. When you talk about Obiano and Peter Obi, remember Peter Obi made Obiano governor.
Yes.
He helped him to become governor. And for the time that they didn't have a quarrel, Obiano never disputed all these things. All these disputations came after they started having issues with Peter Obi. Because Peter Obi expected that the template that he has laid down should be continued. But I think Obiano, he brought him from the bank or somewhere. He expected that the template, the good governance, the prudency in spending of money that he had instituted in Anambra should be carried forward by Obiano. So, like I said, when you are a leader, you start hearing so many voices. At a point, Obiano asserted his independence and wanted to chart his own course.
Now,
quite apart from what had been put in place to build upon. And when people begin to argue, where is the money? Where is the money? If you are saving money and somebody now came and squandered it, how can that blame now be put on you? As I said, when Obiano came, he never disputed that Obi left about 80-something billion and shares in the bank, including Fidelity Bank, and other assets that could be turned into cash. He never disputed. The only thing he started questioning was when he had dispute, when he fell out with Peter Obi. He started saying no.
Now, honestly, I that of Sowore's criticism, I see it goes beyond the criticism that the usual criticism that comes from activists. Honestly, I see envy in him. He's just envious. He just had what he started with. He said that when Peter Obi was obviously when he started contesting for presidency, Peter Obi has not even, I think he was still the governor. Sowore started contesting for presidency.
Let me stop you there. That is neither here nor there. He started campaigning or contesting for president long ago. How much support does he have?
No, that's not my point. I'm taking it from a different context.
Nigeria does not aggregate to even 1%. Somebody just came up in 2023.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to make a point.
Does it mean that all the supporters of Peter Obi, including people like me, are foolish, don't know what you are doing?
Yeah,
it's only him that is able to analyze and know who is corrupt and who is not.
Barrister, hold on. I'm taking it from. I'm not trying to validate his long-term presidential ambition. Forget about that. That's nonsensical. Honestly, that's not what I'm taking it from a different context. Now, I'm trying to exact my point of that. What is behind this is envy. It's envious that Nigerians chose Peter Obi against him. He is envious that he's been an activist for a very long time. He's been a media personality that he thinks have exposed and is still fighting the corrupt establishment. Yet Peter Obi just came from nowhere and came into the game and won the popularity, a genuine and organic popularity of the overwhelming Nigerian overwhelming number of Nigerians. That is his envy. He's envious that Peter Obi has made serious impact and is making serious impact in the polity, even when he started this ambition much longer than Peter Obi. And that is it. You hear when he said that Peter Obi was a vice presidential candidate. He demeaned Peter Obi's status. He was vice presidential candidate when he was a presidential candidate of the party that nobody knows about.
The other issue that people hardly talk about is that when Sowore started saying that he want to contest for president, number one, nobody took him serious. Number two, a lot of us felt that he wanted to burnish his image, because when he started Sahara Reporters, his image was that of a blackmailer. The whole country believed that he was purely blackmailing through using the instrumentality of Sahara Reporters and his journalism. So when he came, he had made a lot of money. And when he came to contest for president, some of us thought he wanted to repair his image by coming into politics and doing that. But nobody took him serious until today. Despite his so-called several contests, nobody has taken him serious. Never. Until tomorrow, nobody will take him serious. But people, Obi came out and the whole country rose up in his support. He cannot say that all of us that support Obi don't know what we're doing. Honestly. It's only him that know the real Obi. So we know some of us have met Obi one-on-one. We know his humility. We know some of his qualities. Those are the qualities on this show. Those are the qualities we have always said we need in the politics of Nigeria. This man embodied those qualities. Whether you like him or not, he has those qualities that will improve the politics of Nigeria and carry us forward.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. All right. Honestly, just like I said, okay, I wanted to say something about, you made mention of blackmail. Honestly, it's supposed to be a different topic because I was going to, someone like me, surprisingly, I actually like the instrumentality of blackmail. You know why? Barrister.
You want somebody to have access to something that he can use to blackmail other people?
Yes. You know why? But I want it the other way. Unfortunately, I want it the other way. A blackmail, an instrument of blackmail against the evil people. It's just like our system. Why I like blackmail in a positive light, not in a negative light. Blackmailing evil people to do the right thing. That is where I like that instrument, that weapon of blackmail. Blackmail.
Now,
that is even
this blackmail I'm talking about is for personal benefit. You blackmail people and collect money.
Yeah, I understand.
Personal aggrandizement.
No, that of Sowore, he did it to enrich himself. That I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people. Someone actually a blackmail that can be used against the evil people in power to do the right, force them to do the right thing.
Of course, those ones it should exist. When I was doing politics, we used to, when we are screening candidates, we say, you have this and these issues on you. You can't come in. you say that if that is more or less not blackmail,
It is now. Blackmail is blackmail, barrister. Now blackmail.
Because no, blackmail is for ulterior purposes. It's not for. It's when you say blackmail, it's for ulterior purpose, not for
no
matter
the purpose, it could be positive or negative. Honestly, blackmail is blackmail. When you are using something against someone to coerce someone into influence someone or coerce him or her to do your bidding, that's blackmail, either positive or negative. It's blackmail, barrister. There's no two ways about that. Anyway, honestly, like I said, I like the positive side of blackmail because I like a situation where you have a good leader, someone that is the president. Just like we have like Nigerian situation where we have the Senate, the entire Senate National Assembly is so endemically corrupt. And you have a Peter Obi, assuming we have a Peter Obi at the top. At this level, I will, if I were the president like Peter, if I were Peter Obi in his shoes, I will have I have people around me, a discreet security personnel, intelligent personnel around me. First of all, when I assume power, I will tell them, you know what? Go and get me every material you can of all the politicians, all the elected politicians in the National Assembly. Get me all the materials, all the debts you can get. And I'll hold that as a weapon. Then I'll start governing. I'll start doing the right thing and expect them to come against me. Then I'll use that blackmail against them to do the right thing. They will keep their mouth shut while I rule Nigeria. This is the only way we can. Honestly, I wish we have someone who can behave like someone like Obasanjo. I don't know why Obasanjo didn't do that, because Obasanjo is a very smart man. He's a very smart leader. I don't know why he didn't do that. Honestly, he could have actually, because all these politicians, they are all, in fact, 99.5% of them are corrupt. So they have one dirt or the other in their background. They have everyone, I believe everyone has one dirt that a president or someone can use